do what you love and what you're passionate about. I'm Brian Swan, the unstoppable surfer of the Unstoppable family, and surfing is one of my most valued things in my life, along with my family and traveling the world. And what I realized being an entrepreneur, a digital nomad for the past 15 years, was that every single thing that I've done where I did it just for the money, it never seemed to work or last long. But whenever you do something that you really love and you're passionate about, you don't have to get woken out of bed and say, go do this. It's something you're gonna do all the time, where it's your highest values, to where no one has to tell you at all to do it. So the Unstoppable Surfer was created out of, I surf, I check the surf, I look at, I travel to surf, I do everything kind of revolves around it. And it happened just because you don't have to tell me to do it. And I'm gonna do it regardless if it's for money or not. And from there, I was able to not only have Unstoppable Surfer retreats, I then created an Unstoppable Beard company. I got a beard, I've had it for about 5 years. And you know, I wanted to learn about e-commerce, and I'm like, well, if I have a beard, I surf, might as well make a beard company that revolves around surfing and beards. Now, I want to rewind this for you. I came as, for 10 years, nearly a decade, I was a robotics engineer, and I was working in Silicon Valley, I was working in San Diego, all throughout California, and it was a cool job, high status. People thought, wow, you're a robotics engineer, that's pretty high, high up there. I sold actuators to Elon Musk at SpaceX, true story. And it was a perceived good thing, but there was no heart and there was no soul to it. And it wasn't until when my wife, she made a vow. She wanted to have a family, not put our kids in daycare. And she got started online 15 years ago. I thought she was absolutely insane, because living the American dream, she was a big pharmaceutical company, I was a robotics engineer. But we had no love for what we did. We had no passion for it. And I tell you, being an entrepreneur, it's not easy. But when you really love something and you're passionate about it, you're going to do it because you're never going to stop. And so for myself, now I've actually created companies to where I get paid to surf. No, I'm not a professional surfer to where I enter a contest. I'm not Kelly Slater, right? But I've actually geared my business. We have a branding agency, geared it towards the love of the ocean, geared it towards the beard and the things that I do. And so when we're going through this time right now of the coronavirus and things are changing, brick and mortar businesses are getting shut down, and you may be starting something brand new, do it with something you actually love and are passionate about it, because when you do that, you're never going to give up. And I tell you, it's rewarding. And money is money. But when you're doing something that you just like, you're like when I'm 46 years old, and I tell you, when the waves come up, I live on the Bukit Peninsula here in Uluwatu, Bali, Indonesia. It's one of the best spots in the world to surf. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm like going, oh my God, I'm checking the surf reports. I'm messaging my boys. And it's like, when you have that type of excitement about what you do, it's also contagious, and people want to be around you and they love your energy. So that's my tidbit of advice, especially when you're looking at something. If I'm starting something new, start with something that you love. Start something with you're passionate about. And I tell you, the joy and satisfaction is way more than any amount of money can actually give you. So from the Unstoppable Surfer of the Unstoppable family, do what you love, be passionate about it, and be unstoppable.